Blessed love and blessings way up, my fire fam. The big money fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia is over. Before we get into the video, I want you guys to jump into the comment section right now and tell me what you guys thought about the fight. Was it exciting? Did you enjoy it? Was it what you expected? Real quick, I want to apologize for my voice because I had fights this weekend as well. Shout out to my fighter, Mob George, who won his King of the Ring, won his championship belt as IBF King of the Ring, 147 pounds. Shout out to my guy, Mob George. He got it done. You see the IBF replica. So again, excuse me for my voice. Now, again, I want to say shout out to both of these guys, Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis, because the fight went a little bit different from what I expected. If you guys seen my fight prediction, it is what I expected, but it is kind of both of them gave more of an effort than what I expected. So I want to say shout out to both of these guys, and again, shout out to them, shout out to the promoters for making this fight happen, because this fight was great for boxing. Regardless of if it wasn't a championship fight or out of catch weight, it still was very good for boxing, and it is what boxing needs today. Now, the first round of this fight was relatively slow, with both guys kind of, filling each other out. Both guys kind of throwing a jab, trying to get their distance. Slow round. Now, the second round is a completely different story, because Ryan Garcia comes out absolute guns blazing. You know what I'm saying? Throwing hard punches, throwing them in combinations, just getting on his front foot, and bull rushing Gervonta Tank Davis pretty much. Now, I spoke about in prior videos leading up to this fight that Gervonta Davis's defense on his right side, which would be Ryan Garcia's left hook side, is very, very, very good. But the defense that Gervonta Davis, the defense that he went into when Ryan Garcia started his complete onslaught was like a high guard. You know what I'm saying? He went into, catching the shots and holding, catching the shots and grabbing Ryan Garcia. Now, big shout out to Ryan, because what he did was kind of like what David Benavidez did to Caleb Plant. He was punching inside the clinch. Every time Tank tried to wrap him up, he was punching. And honestly, that's where he landed some of the hardest punches that he landed in this fight, was hitting Tank Davis while Tank Davis was trying to clinch him. So while Ryan Garcia is doing a great job of punching inside the clinch, Tank Davis, he makes his own adjustment. And this is exactly where I said he would give Ryan Garcia big, big, big problems. He goes into loose movement, and instead of now catching the punches, he suddenly remembers, wait, I got great head movement and great lateral movement. I can roll underneath these shots. The minute that he started moving laterally and rolling underneath Ryan Garcia's punches, I already knew what time it was. I'm watching the fight, and literally 5 seconds before it happened, I said, yo, Ryan better be careful, because Tank is about to walk him into something. And then this happened. Gervonta Tank Davis gets Ryan Garcia chasing him wildly, and pretty much does exactly what he did to Rolly Romero to Ryan Garcia. This punch right here, this knockdown, was exactly what he did to Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero lunged in with a right hand from the orthodox position, and Tank rolled out to his right side, threw a left hook, and rolled out underneath to his right side. And this is exactly what he did to Ryan Garcia, except he rolled out to his right side underneath the left hook and then threw his left hook. Bang. So of course, I'm reading the comments on the Showtime's Instagram page last night after the fight, and somebody says, well, the knockdown, it didn't even affect Ryan. He got right back up. It didn't even affect him. No, it absolutely did affect him, because it put him into a different state of mind. Before the knockdown, he was very aggressive, doing exactly what he needed to do, what was going to give him the best chance of winning this fight, getting on his front foot, working behind his jab, and pressing the issue. But when he got dropped, this immediately changes his mindset. One, because he now knows that the power of Gervonta Davis that people have been talking about, that he's been hearing about, he's now felt it and it dropped him. So he now knows that he has to be wary of the punching power, and not just the punching power, of the skill as well, because he got set up and he got walked into a trap that he fell for. And even he himself said it in the post-fight presser. So it definitely affected him, and it definitely changed his mindset going into the rest of the fight when he got up from that knockdown. So it definitely had an effect on him. You know what I'm saying? That was just a Tank Davis hater. You know what I mean? Stop hating. But on the contrary, this actually changed things for Tank Davis as well, because as we know, Tank Davis is the type of fighter where he likes to download information. He likes to process certain information from the fighter before he really goes gung-ho and gets comfortable in there. And this was the moment of truth, because he immediately then realized that, yeah, his power can get Ryan out of there. And also his lateral movement and his head movement can cause problems for Ryan Garcia. And at this moment, this is when Tank realizes, all right, I got you. Not to mention, he just made it through an onslaught of Ryan Garcia power punches, like literally Ryan Garcia hitting him behind his head, hitting him in the clinch. Ryan was really enthused and pressed to try to get Tank out of there. So not only at this moment did Tank realize that he can get Ryan out of there with his shit, but he also realized that he can withstand the shit that Ryan is bringing to the table. So the knockdown definitely affected both fighters' mindsets and what both fighters were going to bring to the table for the remainder of the fight. It definitely did. It turned the fight for both fighters. Now, rounds 3 to 6 or 3 to 7, 7 being the round that Gervonta Davis stops Ryan Garcia in. Rounds 3 to 7, Tank pretty much outboxes Ryan Garcia. He's out jabbing him. He's hitting him with a straight left hand to the body. And he's also trying to unload on a right hook to the body. Now, shout out to the OG Richard Dwyer, because I watched his post-fight thoughts, and he was pressed and he was confused of why Ryan Garcia wouldn't get on his back foot and try to set up a trap where he can walk Gervonta Tank Davis into a check left hook. This is something that I directly spoke on in my fight breakdown. Ryan Garcia just doesn't have the experience. He just doesn't have the skill. He just doesn't have the boxing IQ to be able to walk a fighter like Gervonta Davis into a check left hook. Now, with that being said, Ryan, he definitely tried. I mean, after the knockdown, you can see that he was trying to figure out different tactics to use to try to get that left hook to work. But it's exactly what I spoke about in my fight prediction. You got to have the skills to set up the punch, especially against a fighter like Tank Davis. I mean, now Tank, he's having fun in there at this point. He's out jabbing Ryan. He's jabbing and then pulling back from Ryan's jab, making Ryan miss. He's talking to Ryan. He's telling Ryan that he's slow. The referee has to tell him multiple times to stop talking. He's like, I got you. Oh, you missed. You slow. So he has mentally frustrated Ryan Garcia, mentally broke him down, and now physically he's starting to frustrate him and physically breaking him down. He's hitting Ryan Garcia with a straight left hand to the nose that causes Ryan's nose to stop bleeding at the end of the 6th round, which leads us to, now I know the shot doesn't look hard. It's hard to see from that angle. From the original angle, you're like, hey, what the hell happened? Ryan Garcia quit. But guys, don't get it twisted. This is a devastating shot. The sequence starts with Ryan Garcia throwing a left hook. And just like in the first knockdown, Tank Davis rolls underneath it. But what's different about this knockdown is they get caught up. Ryan Garcia's left hand gets caught up on the back of Tank Davis's head, which causes him to hold Tank down for a little bit. Now, on the release of that sequence, Tank comes up. And when he comes up, he throws another left hook. Well, like a left uppercut. But when he does this, Ryan counters with a right hook of his own. Now, he beats Ryan Garcia to the punch. As you see in the picture, his punch is landing right here. And Ryan Garcia's punch does land when Tank completes his roll. But the damage is already done. Ryan Garcia is extended while getting hit with this punch. So it's not like he had a chance to brace for the punch. No, he's extended. He's throwing his own punch while he's getting hit with this punch. And you can see the impact of the punch landing. And Ryan tries. Like, shout out to Ryan because he tried. In most cases, he quit. You can say he quit. In most cases, I would say that a fighter quit. But you can see as soon as the shot hit him, you can see. And he really, really, really tried to hold it in. I'm not going to say that he tried to get up, but he really, really, really tried to not have to go down, I would say. You know what I'm saying? He tried not to go down. Now, there are talks about Ryan having been injured in sparring with the body shot. Talks of Ryan having a broken rib coming into this fight. I will say this, that regardless of, whatever being whatever, if he would have gotten up, he would have gotten punished and he would have ultimately been stopped. You know what I'm saying? That's my personal opinion. If he gets up, he takes a beating, he gets punished, and he gets stopped. Either way, you guys tell me what y'all think about it. In the comment section, Gervonta Davis fought a great fight. I feel like his future is very bright. I feel like he competes great against any of the top class 135 pounders, maybe 140 pounders. He showed us some different stuff in this fight. He was feinting, he was playing with Ryan, he was hand feinting, he was foot feinting, he got on the front foot, he worked behind his jab, he was throwing his right hand to the body. You can see that he was trying to set stuff up. So again, shout out to Gervonta Davis for a great performance. Shout out to both fighters. You guys tell me what you guys thought about this fight in the comment section. Did it live up to the hype? It certainly did. There was a lot of anticipation leading up to this fight. And it was great. You guys tell me what y'all think. Till the next video. Keep fighting your fight and protect yourself at all times. Peace and one love. It's Coach Fire.